And we are live again. Can't remember the last time I was live. I'm talking to no one. No one's here. Oh, Mystic. Oh, I was talking and I didn't think anyone would jump in. Yeah, hello. This is today like. Yes, it is. Yeah, I thought I'd do a live chat for a change. And now YouTubers, hang on, notification, you are live. I know I'm live. This is good. Hang on, it says on the screen that there's no one here yet. You are. There we go. It's now updated itself. StreamYard's a bit slow today by the look of things. So I thought I'd jump online and do a hello. Hello, Jimmy. It's not a boaty live. Should I name it that? This is not a boaty live. Yes, you are there, Mystic. I don't know where you are, but you're there. How is everyone? How are you doing? I've went for a walk today with a friend, and yeah, I shouldn't walk quite so far. Not very healthy these days. Struggling with my joints, unfortunately. Walk too far and it causes pain. Yeah, I was gonna. Hello, 00. What is your actual name? Because calling you 00 is quite strange. I'll try and remember. Let's move the table a bit. I need a bit more space for my leg. So, how are you chaps doing? Ian, you found a queue? No, sadly I didn't. No, there was a queue in the shop today, though. The actual queue, we've got people. Okay. So, yeah, how are things doing with everyone? Should I do a boat? Should I do a boaty? And so, like, what have you been eating? What have you been doing? Have you farted today? Nige. Okay, my uncle's called Nige, so that's all right. Hello, Georgia. What are you doing? Do you want to see the cat? Come here. There she is. Look, size of this thing. Say hello to the internet. Look, it's a cat. Go on, then down you go. Oh, she goes. So yeah, really, just yeah, name of stream. What should I name the stream? So yeah, yes, I can oblige if required. That sounds very much like General Cheeseburger, something he'd say. Yeah. Yeah. So, what have I been up to recently? Shall I say? Well, the carburettor I took off the Cortina. Unfortunately, where the choke flaps go through the top of the carb doesn't fit properly, so I need collars to put it together. So unless I replace the top of the carburettor, just on a delivery of 400 pounds of parts for the Mustang. Ooh, that sounds very interesting. I don't know much about Mustangs, but there 00. There is a channel. Nige, sorry, there is a chap over in America called Joe Daddy's Garage, and he's got a Mustang. He's got a 68, 69, and loads of other classic American cars. And he does a live stream. Hello, Grant. He does a live stream every Monday evening for us, and it starts at midnight for an hour, I think. And I can only stay in for like half an hour. I'm knackered by the time he finishes. Hey, Jason. My living room. No, not in the shitter. Yeah, it's not decorated in here. I've been in this place for like 6 years, and I still haven't decorated yet. I know it's despicably crap. So yeah, I'm probably not going to get monetized for this video, so who cares? I've got plenty of other videos up. I spoke to my friend who said I can take the Cortina to her house and weld it on the drive. She spoke to a friend of hers who like went outside the house for a cigarette and had a go out by the people who live next door who stink the place out with weed. So she says, "Oh, you don't mind if someone has a go at you, do you?" It's like, oh, That's not the nicest thing in the world. But, we'll see what happens. I think during the daytime you can make as much noise as you like within a reason, I suppose. Um, so if I'm cutting metal and grinding and yeah, mind you, I've got to get the car running first. If I could afford to buy a brand new carburetor, I would. But you're talking 3,500 quid. Coil springs, brake calipers, and anti-roll bar bushes. Nice. Not seen that channel yet. This is my 96 Mustang. I'd love a 69 Mustang, but my Charger is expensive enough to fix. Yes, I can agree with that. But 96 Mustang, trying to remember that one. Didn't they take a break making Mustangs for a while? Or is that just me? Mind you, I do like the Charger. Um, I think I prefer the Charger over the Mustang, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, fresh roll and pan fry it. Yes, it would. Yeah, mind you, I think the angle grinder that would be annoying enough. I need to get some new extra batteries for my angle grinder. Unfortunately, if I use a cutting disc with my angle grinder, it chews the battery up. Excuse me. It chews the battery up. Yes, it doesn't last long. But then again, if you buy terrible discs, they don't last. But the batteries, I need to get another battery, and the annoying thing is, batteries always cost a lot of money. Doesn't matter where you buy the tooling. You could get a Black & Decker or a Ryobi or a Lidl. The batteries are always expensive. We bought a twin choke Weber car brand new for really £180. Where from? Geez, I'm gonna have to look on Evil Bay, because like that carburetor I've got, yes, it works, but I don't know its history. I don't know what engine it came from. I don't know how old it is. I need to rebuild the carb on my Cortinas. It's not happy at the minute. Yeah, I've been told that these carbs do not like sitting. And one thing I found, because it's got a twin choke, of course, when you open the throttle, the first butterfly underneath opens, and then you turn it a bit more, and the second one opens. That one had stuck. So there was like a white, dry, grey residue inside on the bottom where it mounts to the spacer before it goes into the top of the engine. So as soon as I clicked it open, it was completely free then. So I got an old toothbrush with some soapy liquid and just cleaned it all up. We'll see if we can find a supplier we got it from. Okay, thank you, Jason. Feel free to email me. I've got an email address, a new email address attached to my channel. I was getting lots of junk kind of emails from so-called influencers on YouTube to my personal email address. So I've removed that now and I've got a different one. It's the Head Gasket Heroes. If you guys haven't seen the Head Gasket Heroes, it's me, Colin, Simon, and Rob. So we've all got like a Head Gasket Heroes email address. So all the business kind of end of YouTube and stuff like that goes there. But yeah, I've got to get the carburetor sorted out. I've got to get the car moved. I'm a little bit concerned. I've been thinking about it recently. Carton of PDF in the old caddy. I'm not sure what you mean, Mystic. Had to dump in another carton of PDF cleaner. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what you mean now. So I was thinking PDF as in a file, computer file, PDF. DPF. Oh, yeah. Digital diesel particulate filter. I've got to sort mine out on the Rover. I've noticed recently that it's drinking a lot of diesel, and I've not got a lot of power. So I'm guessing it's going to be try and get the injectors out and clean them, but I worry. I've heard horror stories that they get stuck and they break and they don't come out. But I don't know. I've never had to take out my injectors, and they've been in there since I bought the car. Then again, people don't really touch their injectors, do they? Not really, not in the grand scheme of things. And also, I need to get the tracking checked on the Rover because the edges of the front tyres are wearing. Hello, Steve and S. Paul. Glad you could join us. Thank you very much. I didn't realise you were subscribed. Cool beans. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to take the tyres from the front of the car, put them on the back, and then go and get the tracking done. The last thing I want to do is wear my tyres out too much and then, have to spend a ton of money replacing them. But then again, they'll need replacing again anyway at some point. But yeah, the edge of the tyres are wearing. So I think that's tracking. I'm hoping it's not the lower suspension arms because those things are a bugger to get off and a bugger to get on. They do not want to go. Have to excuse me, I'm in quite a bit of pain today. If anyone who's jumped in is unaware. So yeah. What else? Yeah, I'm getting a bit concerned about the Cortina being in my garage for so long because here at the moment it's not exactly dry, and I worry about moisture getting into the body of the car. Oh, I have news. I don't know if I've shared this with anybody yet. Well, a few people I've told. Yes. Beat you to it, Mystic. I got cod liver oil, multivitamins. Been taking this stuff since I was a teenager. Now, as everyone, I'm sure you are aware, you may have seen my welding videos. You may not have seen my welding videos. But I was thinking recently that I really could do with getting a trade. I don't have a trade. I never have. I worked in retail a few times and I worked at nightclubs when I was younger. I'm older than I look, guys. So I decided, roll back a little bit. When I brought the Cortina down from Birmingham, I looked around for a welding course because I wanted to get into doing that properly instead of just welding my car and make use of it. So if somebody needed something working, I used to work in nightclubs. So at the time, this is 2.5 years ago now. There was nothing here, nothing in the city I live. So recently, I thought I'm going to have a look again. So typed in welding courses in the city I live in. How did you know, Jason? Had an argument with a few of those. Anyway, we're getting off topic. I noticed that the college near me has actually started doing welding courses. But this is no ordinary welding course. This is augmented reality. Maddest thing I've ever seen. So you have what looks like a welding helmet, and it's got a cable coming out. And where is it there? Cable coming out the top lip. See that cable there? Now, inside that helmet is a screen, so you can see a digital representation of what you're doing. And the bit below there, those blue things, it's got funny patterns on it. Look at the way she's holding that welding torch. Look, that just looks weird. So I've registered with a welding course for the end of this year. I was hoping to get into it beginning of this year, but unfortunately they haven't got enough place. They've places are full, and it's said at the end of it, once you've done your, because it's going to be how many weeks they say? 17 weeks, but it's only one evening a week. So it's 17 days. So, and they said afterwards you get NVQ level 1, but I want to do NVQ level 2 to get into like full-time employment or even part-time employment, just to get me out and doing something proper. Because I'm not employed. I'm not working. It kind of is mystic, yeah. It's very weird. Things hang on, what did I say? It was called augmented reality. That was it. The reason why they do it like that is because years ago you'd have a similar thing, but there'd be metal everywhere, there'd be dirt everywhere, people would get filthy, and also you would waste a lot of materials. Whereas when I was at college, if you did anything like this or even woodwork, you could take the stuff home with you. So at least you could show, you're actually doing something. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite good. But this one here is actually different. This is what they call boot camp. Boot camp sounds very weird for a training course. Sounds like military, doesn't it? Boot camp. But the boot camp is 60-hour guided learning course. But at the end of these courses, you get an interview with an engineering company, which would be brilliant. I mean, if I could get myself into proper welding, I mean proper. And I'm 48 almost, and I feel like I need to do something. I mean, something decent. So yeah, if I can do that, I think it's going to help me. And yeah, I just want to share this new piece of information with you guys because you watch my content, and I'm really frustrated. Hello, I don't see on the online Robert. That's it. Sorry, I do apologise. I forget your name. I'm so sorry. Who was it who was talking about 00? Yes, 00. Infernal Craftsman, Robert. Joe Daddy's Garage, Mustang. There we go. That's how you can. That's the link. Yes, he is Jason. You're right. Joe Daddy's Garage is on Facebook. I'm getting my words mixed up today. I'm tripping over myself. There's nothing unusual there. So if I can get this welding course done, it means I know how to do all different stuff, and hopefully I can finish the car properly. But I think I'm probably going to get most of the car done before I get the course done. The only thing that really concerns me is the chassis rail on the Cortina, because it's very thick steel, and I need to make a replica piece before I can put the panels back in. Hey, hello, Eve. You sound like you're new. Not seen your name before. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Georgia. She's about 5 years old, I think. They don't know. When I first got her, they thought she was like 3 or 4. I've had her for 2 years, so that's what I'm going to go with. About 5 years old. And she's heavy and she eats like a pig. So any questions from anyone? But then again, what have you eaten today? Should I do a boatie? Not really my style, is it? Boatie's got like so many stories. It's the maddest thing in the world. Oh God, yeah, it will, Robert, definitely. I'm hoping with the welding course to eat a lot. Eat a lot. What am I talking about? Got food on the brain today. Learn a lot of different styles of welding. Chassis rails aren't too bad. Just make sure you get the right alignment right. Yes. If you look at your Cortina, you've got the rear chassis rail for the bumper bar. If you look up underneath your car, it's shaped. It's all fancy. Mine on the passenger side of the car, at the back end of it, it's pickled. It's really pickled. So what I need to do is I need to slice it back towards the car after the exhaust hanger, and then drill the spot welds out so I can get the thing off and then remake it. But because I don't have things like you need, I forget what the thing's called. It's a big like tool for bending sheet steel, if you know what I mean. So you can create a box section. For tea tonight is pizza. Yeah, went to the corner shop and bought some pizzas. Unfortunately, he didn't have any pepperoni, so it's only going to be a margarita. Emmanuel from classiccarbs.co.uk. His channel is Rusty Love. Oh yeah, I know Rusty Love. Yeah, sheet metal brake. That's it. Yeah. But the metal I need to bend. I think the widest part of the metal is obviously the height of it, like that, and then you've got the central piece, which is I think I'm guessing here. It's probably about 2 inches wide, maybe a bit less, but it's the thickness of the steel. I remember when I had to cut. You may have seen this on my channel when I was working on TC doing the welding under the footwell, the driver's footwell. I had to cut a section of chassis rail out, and I got hold of another one and we welded it back in. But I didn't do the welding on that because I wasn't sure. So John did that, and he put in so much heat into that to get into it and just weld it in. But I still worry about the strength. Is it good? I know it's not going to be as good as it was when it came out of the factory. It's nowhere near is it going to be good enough when it came out of the factory. Hello, Greg Goddard. Are you new? I don't recognize your name, but thank you for joining. This is really nice. I mean, recently I've had so many new subscribers. I'm really appreciative. It's brilliant. I can't thank you all enough. We've got 14, 13 people here. This is fantastic. Hey, Wayne. Thanks for joining. This is awesome. Thanks everyone. I'm really, really blown away by all the support from everyone. It's really nice. Hey, Park Nest. Thanks for coming in. Talking about welding. Greg's been here before, has he? Greg, because there's quite a few new people on the channel, and I'm starting to forget who's here. Hey, Henry, how are you doing? I'm going to put up the link just in case anyone wants to jump in. Paste. There you go. If anyone wants to jump in. Hey, Neil. We've basically been talking about a welding course. Actually, I know that the StreamYard chat is a little bit slower than the YouTube chat. If anyone wants to jump up and chat, you're more than welcome. Everyone's saying hello to each other. It's always good. Jasmine. Is there someone new called Jasmine? What did I miss? And back up through the things. I can't do this thing where you've got Boaty on his little tablet thing and everyone else is far away at the end of the table. No idea. Pin the link at the top of the chat. I'm in StreamYard. Actually, good idea. Let's go over to YouTube, shall we? And then make the internet feedback on itself. View my channel. Bear with me, everyone. I'm just going to do what Parkness suggested. I'm just going to have to try and mute it immediately. Come on, stupid. There we go. Paste. Oh, the 3 dots. You know where you've got the heart, the laugh, and the little symbol thingies? For some stupid reason, I don't know why YouTube did that. They put the last comment right in the way. Daft. No idea why. Blinding me with science. See, I get confused with science. I get confused with modern technology. I don't like modern technology. Really don't. All this like newfangled stuff, you know. Oh dear. Right. So, Ken can't be far away. I expect so. Where is he, Hank? I haven't had a chat. I haven't had like done a live with the other people up here for a while. I think the last person was that Simon from Smashing Pistons, I think. So far, hang on. At the end of the day, modern tech is just tools, complex tools, but still tools. Yes, you're very true. Yeah, some people can be tools as well. I've known a few of those. Not good with technology. That's why I still have got my iPhone 5. I've never had an iPhone. My phone at the moment is playing silly buggers. I just plug the phone from the computer. This thing is a Sony Xperia. Oh, we got Wayne.
Everybody else too shy to come up on your channel, Simone?
Oh, yeah, it's always the way. You know,
Huh?
it's always the way. Don't get many people, but I appreciate anyone who does. And I appreciate everyone in the chat, to be fair with you.
Is
You know,
this the first live? Is this your first live stream?
first live of 2024.
Yeah. Okay. First time I've seen you live.
Oh, I've done quite a few.
And it actually popped up on my computer that you're up. That's why I hit it. Because well, I was just getting ready to jump in the shower and drop in on Ken later on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if he's doing one today or not. He normally does.
I'm not sure. I watch. I've got to be honest with you. I watch way too much YouTube, and I watch too many people on YouTube doing live streams like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And I need to try and get work done. But at the moment, the weather over here is awful.
Yeah. Have you
And
got a welding machine?
I do. Yes.
So just start practicing.
Yeah, I've got a few videos of my new welder, but I got it late last year, and the weather. You know, I have to work in my shed, and depending on the weather, it's not nice working in a cold, damp, horrible shed.
Yeah, right.
You know, yes, I've got some lighting in there, but it's still not nice down there. I like to work in the dry, and yeah, I've welded in the rain before. When I was first welding my car, I was outside on a gravelly driveway, upside down, with the rain coming down, and still welding. You know, that was kind of when I started doing that. You couldn't get me off the thing. You know, the guy whose driveway I was borrowing had to like stop me. So like stop welding, get indoors.
Yeah.
Because you get dependent on what you're doing, you can get really addicted to it and not realize the time.
Yeah. Jake's the certified welder here. He used to be a certified welder.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
wow.
when he got in a car accident and got blinded in the one eye, he gave that up. But he still welds. And then he just bought a TIG welder that we've got to start practicing on to learn how to TIG weld.
Yes. Well, my welder has got like I think it's 3 different functions it can do.
Is yours a stick welder or
it'll make
or it'll
TIG,
do all?
I think it'll do all of them.
Yeah.
But you've got different settings. And a lot of people say like you need to get a dedicated machine for a dedicated function.
Well, with a stick welder's a stick welder. A MIG welder is a wire feed. You can use it with flux core. You can use it with the triple gas or the argon gas. And if you get the feeding spool, you can actually weld aluminum with a MIG welder.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've got flux core at the moment because that's the wire that came with the machine.
Yeah.
But when I was working on the Cortina the first time, I was using a welder made by Parweld, and that was argon gas. And that welder, my God, it was good.
Yeah, you got a nice clean weld with the gas.
Oh, amazingly good. But it's like you still have to practice and get it right.
Yeah.
But after a while, you just listen to it and you know.
Yeah.
But I haven't welded now for 2.5 years, and it's starting to frustrate me.
It
really
just takes time. It just takes time, and it's just a combination of working the heat so you're getting good penetration and the wire feed.
Yes, yeah. But I think when the weather improves a little bit, before hey Brett, welcome, thank you for joining. I have a little Yamaha downstairs, and the base of the seat is metal, and it's half rotten, but there's enough there for me to measure out everything and get new pieces made up, and just weld in new steel. Just cut out the old, weld in new steel.
Yeah.
So that's what I think that's what I'm going to focus on beginning of this year, when the weather improves. That bike needs a lot of work. That little Yamaha.
Now, there's a lot of good YouTube channels out there on body working, welding and body work on cars and that I've watched.
Absolutely.
Where
Absolutely.
the guys are showing you the art of spot welding your panels in and making sure that you don't warp them and keeping them cool and all the things to do. Some really good channels out there.
Yeah. But the welding I did on the car, I was tacking the new metal in.
Right.
And then let it cool. And then you'd weld in one section and then move to another bit and weld that in, then move to another bit. So you don't have too much heat going through the same piece all the time. And yeah, that was a lot. I was taught a lot when I first did that welding. I'd never welded a car in my life. And it was to get thrown into it like that was a massive learning curve. Hey, Mark, thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Ditzy Fabrications is a great bodywork video. Ditzy. Oh, Fitzy, sorry. Fitzy. I need a pen. I've got to write some of these channels down because, like, everyone's coming out with some really good stuff. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to know, if hasn't seen her yet, Barbie the welder. She's a fantastic welder over in the States, and she does welding sculptures. And she recently did one as a tribute to Bob Ross, and it's really good. I mean, the texture that she can create with a welder and a grinder, and it's fantastic.
What's her channel called?
Barbie the welder.
Bobby, Bobbie?
No, Barbie as in the doll. Barbie doll.
Barbie, Barbie. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, she's really like she's got so much like energy and purpose. And she was told by her whole family she'd never amount to anything. You know, and it's you don't need that kind of negativity.
Yeah.
Right, Fitzy.
We normally throw out about 200 to 300 lawnmower blades here every year into the scrap. So I always been thinking about doing some kind of artwork, welding artwork using
that'd be
blades.
Good. Yeah. I was thinking of like using some old junk that I've got and just weld stuff together and stick it in the garden.
Yeah.
You know, I've got an old sofa where all the framework was all box section, and I'm going to make 2 trestles out of it so I can actually put stuff at a decent working height, you know, and do that. But they're out in the garden getting rusty at the moment. But then again, the grinder sorts that out.
Free steel, because steel's not cheap today.
Yeah, very true. I need to find someone local where I can buy sheet steel from, because I need material. Either that or I go to a reclamation center, because we have quite a few here, and just see if I can pick up some old bits and pieces. Waking like a kid at Christmas for the Amazon dude. New toy coming for the shop. Well, that sounds good, Brad. Do you know what it is, or is it mystery? Who else is here?
Well, Brett's likely talking about the Secret Santa gift.
Oh, so you don't know what it is? Could be anything.
Yeah.
Dave Smith. Hello, Dave.
I'm guessing. Is that what you're talking about, Brett?
Oh, ultrasonic cleaner. I'd love one of those things.
They're great.
They are brilliant. There's a chap over here called Shoestring Shed, and he calls it an aqua jiggler.
Yeah. Over here, over 10 years, we've burnt out what we do. I think we've burnt out 2 6 liters and 1 3 liter ultrasonic.
Whoa.
The one only lasted a month, so we got a free one shipped in for that.
There you
go. And then we had the 2 6 liters that we ended up scrapping out. We actually paid an electrician to go through them. We paid him $75, and he put new resistors or whatever went on them. They lasted, one lasted 6 months, and I think the other one lasted for about a year. So then we just went out and bought another one.
They don't really sound that reliable.
Well, yeah, but you got to figure, like, it's the use of them. Like, we're using it almost every day. Like, we're not just a hobby shop or a flipper. So, like, we've got that thing running once a day anyways. So it gets used quite a bit. And there's been times when I've used it, I don't know, the most we've likely used it is 10 times in a day.
Yeah, yeah.
The same machine.
Robert was saying that biggest consumable cost in welding is argon these days. Larger bottles are cheaper to operate. Yeah, it's more economical to buy a bigger bottle. Dave's asking, where are you? I'm in the UK.
Well, over here, we bought our bottle from a place called Lock 8 that's a distributor of welding equipment and gases. So we actually purchased our bottle, and then we get, anytime we empty that bottle out, we just take the empty bottle there. They give us a brand new one that's filled. And the last time I did that, I think was last year. I think I paid $23 Canadian to fill the bottle up. The initial cost was the cost of the bottle.
Yeah, over here we have to rent them.
That's a killer, because then if you're not using it, like they're over here in Canada, you could get contracts where you're renting them, but you're paying a monthly fee. And by the time you add up your fees, it's cost. It's just way too cost prohibitive to do that.
I've had, well, the one I was using, I don't know what the time span was. I think it was like hire it for a year and then you've got to give it back. But you have to use up the gas, which is inside it, of course.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing anything, I'm in Devon, Dave. Neil, if you have cast iron maiden, that sofa, you can make a movie and talk roller. I'm not sure what you mean, Neil. One of the best pieces of kit I have in the shed. What have you got, Mark? Loddiswell near Kingsbridge hobby gas. Oh, that's really handy.
Likely is ultrasonic cleaner.
Oh yeah, likely actually, yeah. Hello, Peter. Long time no see. Thanks for dropping in. Hobby gas. See, it's really useful to like jump on and chat to people, and people come up with so much information. Hobby gas Kingsbridge. I've been to Kingsbridge. I like it over there. Kingsbridge.
Well, one of the good things about an ultrasonic cleaner when you're busy is you could be doing other work while the parts are getting cleaned.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few channels use it.
Yeah, not only that, I don't know what Carb Cleaner costs in the UK, but it's not cheap here in Canada.
So you start. I think it's the last can of carburetor cleaner I bought was about £8.
Yeah, and that's $1.70 times our dollar. Like it's worth $1.70 Canadian. So think about it. Now you look at how many cans of carb cleaner you go through if you're doing a lot of carb cleaning.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't take long to pay for an ultrasonic cleaner.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think what I might do is like every couple of weeks just put some money by and just save up for one. Really, and I'll obviously measure the carburetor and make sure I've got enough room. I think 3 liter would be enough. I think that'd be plenty.
The 3 liter one, the 3 liter one that we have is great for like lawnmower carbs, small motorcycle carbs. But
Yeah.
when you get into automotive carburetors, you need the 6-liter one.
Okay.
But the 3-liter one will do like a twin cylinder riding mower carburetor.
Okay.
But once
Okay.
you get
Maybe
above that, you pretty well need the 6.
yeah. Do you need the basket
Yeah,
really?
you should always have the basket in. You want to make sure you don't drop anything in it, because the transducers that create the ultrasonic waves in the fluid are basically glued or epoxied to the bottom of the stainless steel tank.
Oh, I see.
So if you break that bond on that transducer, that's it.
It's, yeah.
Then all of a sudden you've only got one, depending upon how many transducers you got in. I think the 3-liters normally have 2, and the 6-liters I think have 3 transducers.
Yeah.
And then the way you check on how your ultrasonic cleaner's working is you take like a coat hanger and make a square or rectangle up, and you
Yes.
wrap it with aluminum foil, and then you put
Okay.
your liquid in and you fire up your ultrasonic cleaner, and you lay that framework with the aluminum foil on an angle inside, and
Yeah.
wherever it's blowing holes through the aluminum foil, it shows you those transducers are working.
Ah. Okay. That's interesting to know. Moellem Key, near Tavistock. I've not been there for ages. I went there a few years ago when I started the Volkswagen, and they wouldn't let me in, which was annoying. But yeah, I know where that is. So I'll have to look. I'll look that up. But I'll have to take my daily car instead, even though I've got running issues with it at the moment. 5 liters do a good job. No, 5 liter might be enough.
Yeah, I think the 3-liters on Amazon we're running around 148 Canadian, $150 Canadian, and the
Not sure
six
what that's.
liters I think we're up near the $300 mark.
Wow. I'll have to save up the pennies for that one. When you put your basket in a 3-liter cleaner, you only have about 75 mil on depth in the fluid. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You've got like the total fluid capacity of the unit, but then you've got the basket in there as well.
Right. Yeah.
So that takes up space.
Yeah. Well, it only sits off the bottom of the tank, I'm going to guess, by 3/8 of an inch max.
Yeah, a couple
But
of
then
mil.
it does cut down on your length and width also.
That's true. Yeah.
But I don't think you want anything laying in the bottom directly on those transducers.
No.
It'll wreck your
No.
machine. You got to use the basket.
Yeah,
And
I
you
agree
always
with
want to
you.
make sure that you fill the level of the ultrasonic cleaner to the level that it tells you in the instructions, which
Yeah.
there's a little ring around the top on the inside of the tank.
Okay. I'm guessing there's like you have to use a special solution or just water.
Well, you could buy ultrasonic cleaning solutions online. They run like 60 to 80 bucks for I forget how many liters are in the jug, but we've used Dawn dish soap, which works.
Ah.
But our favorite is Zep Orange.
Oh, I think I've heard
ZEP
of that.
Orange. Yeah, it's a really good degreaser.
Partners just said 18.99 on Amazon for 5 liters.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to use is, and there people out there are going to hate this, but do not use Simple Green. It'll turn your carburetors black.
Oh God.
The other one is Super Clean. A lot of people are, showing that that's great for. I'm going to be doing a video, I think, shortly on what
to
Super Clean.
react with the aluminium?
Yeah, I've got 3 jars in my shop that I'm going to do a video on. One's got Super Clean in it. It ate right through. It ate holes in the carb bowl.
Yeah.
And I mean rapidly, fairly quickly. You can see it reacting with the aluminum almost. But it says right on the container, Super Clean, that it's not to be used on aluminum or painted surfaces.
Okay. Yeah,
and
we don't
then,
have Simple Green
we
in
use
the
Spray
UK.
9 and Grease Off. Now, Grease Off's a good degreaser, and it's safe for all metals.
Okay.
So it
I've
was
got
good. That's made by Permatex.
I've got a bottle of gunk.
Yeah, gunk will work.
Yeah. So I did soak the carburetor in gunk overnight, just see how it did. But the following day when I started cleaning it, there were pockets of fuel still in it, and it gave me a migraine.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I didn't rinse it out enough. Amazon affiliate link. Okay. Could you fit a Holly?
And
I
I think
highly
Stella,
doubt
the lawnmower lady, uses pine salt.
pine salt.
Yeah, I think she uses pine salt. Makes
I've not
the
heard of
shop
that
smell good, and she
Oh,
says it works great. And
nice.
then
Sounds good.
I think it was James Condon used a pressure washer solution that he bought at Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Totally destroyed his carburetor. It just discolored it rapidly.
Oh,
So you got to be careful what kind of solution you're using, but any kind of a degreasing like dish soap was going to do the job.
yeah. I try not to use anything too acidic or caustic.
Yeah.
If I do get some carb cleaner, I try to use that. I've got compressed air as well,
Yeah.
so to
Blow it off a
blow
lot.
channels through.
Yeah, a
And
lot of people will rinse it, clean them off in water after they're done, or gasoline or something. We just blow
yeah,
dry ours when they come out, and we don't even rinse them off, and we haven't had any issues.
well,
But that's
that's a
using
good
the
idea.
ZEP.
Okay, that's a good
If you're
idea.
using a dish soap, then it's going to be, I don't know,
Hey, Lewis.
you're likely going to have some residual soap left on that carb
Okay.
if you don't rinse it off. But with the ZEP, we just
Yeah.
air blow it and put it on, and away it goes.
Well, fingers crossed it'll. I've still got to remove the rest of the jets and everything. I removed the top jet, and then I realised that the where the butterflies are on the top, the bar going through, it needs extra collars to take up space so I can put the bar in properly. So that's going to cause an issue. I need to see my friend Steve about that because he makes miniature steam engines, and he's got a lathe and everything. So hopefully, if I ask him nicely, he might be able to make up some brass collars for me. I think brass would be the best option. But anyway, I'm going to shut the live stream down shortly. I need to get some food.
Yeah, I'm off. I got to hit the shower.
Yeah, it's almost 7 p.m. So yeah, as soon as we hit 7, I'm going to shut down. Oh, Lewis, you just come in at the last minute, Lewis. I'll bring him in for a little while.
Thanks for having me. Oh,
Hey,
there's
Lewis.
Brock.
Well, all right, we'll stay until we're done. We'll wind it down at 50 minutes then. Yeah, I was going to shut the live stream down.
Oh, okay.
Been on for nearly an hour.
Oh, wow.
She's not in the US of A or Canada, buddy.
No,
she's in the UK. It's kind of like after supper time.
Oh,
yeah. Nigel, I'm going to Rustival, yes. Yeah, we have a classic car event coming up soon called Rustival. So I'll be filming that and putting that up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, all classic cars, modern cars, anything with wheels, basically.
See, now all along I thought you were a music station at the beginning because it was hooked on classics. I thought you were all about LPs.
Right? I've got a few.
People didn't even know what I was talking about when I said LPs. They said, "What's an LP?" I said, "A long playing record." LP,
yeah.
vinyl, the old stuff, not discs.
Yeah, 33 1/4 speed.
Yeah,
33 1/3. Yeah, 33 1/3.
33 1/3.
Yeah, I love LPs. I've got tons of them.
Yeah, I likely have 1,000 that my wife says I should sell. I said, I'm not selling them. I've got records in there you can't buy anymore.
No.
Yeah. Well, I had to sell some recently to get my daily car fixed. I had no choice.
Yeah, when it's time, eh?
Yeah, had to get the rockers re-welded, and that was £400.
Yeah.
And like I had some LPs that were worth some money. It's like I haven't played them in a year. It's like I've got the CDs, so
yeah.
I was sad I got rid of all mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I've sold a few in the past, but they sometimes do have a use really. Yes, I do have some good taste in music, but I've got some terrible stuff as well. From my teenage years and buying terrible records that got to number one just because.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to buy like 30 or 40 of them a week because I was a DJ,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
but the only downside with that is carrying around so much weight.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But now you can't put the record on the record player and listen to Sweet Home Alabama, buddy.
It's a good song. It's a good song. I like that one.
Yeah, I was glad that I was sad afterwards because it's like a lost art now with the LPs,
Yeah, I used to know a guy in the early 90s as a vinyl DJ, and he was good. He could, like, this was when in the UK, when the house music and acid house and dance and stuff, and they started mixing things. This guy was clever.
Yeah,
he was so clever. He could mix two records and then flip one out and change it for another one, and just keep the party going. And,
easy stuff.
Very clever guy. Yeah. Well, I couldn't. I tried it. I was no good.
Now, did you ever have any of the special limited edition LPs?
Yeah.
And you remember the difference in the quality of the music?
If you've got a black LP and a picture disc, the black sounds better every time.
Like I've got one, Whitney Houston's mother. I think it was Aretha. I don't know, Aretha Houston or whatever. I got one of her limited edition pressings, just unbelievable. Like
Aretha Franklin.
The sound of it is just so crystal clear. It's like 4K versus 1080p, right? On a TV. It's like that much different.
Yeah.
Brett saying Tears for Fears. I like Tears.
Oh,
for
Fears.
Yeah. I never used to like them when I was a child, but now
you like them.
Love it. Absolutely love it now. It's strange how your musical tastes change over time.
So you remember Incense and Peppermints? Incense and Peppermints. Remember that song?
Oh, I might know if I heard
Strawberry. I forget what the name of the band was. It was like their big hit. That's going back to the hippie days. I'm a hippie.
Yeah.
Like one of the originals.
Saying that, I've got loads of 8 tracks now. I've collected 8-track tapes. And
8 tracks are cool.
Yeah, I picked up a player last year, and it's brilliant. I love it. There's such a warm sound to it.
You remember Reel to Reel?
Sorry?
Yeah, Reel to Reel. Tape.
Reel to Reel. I've never used Reel to Reel.
Yeah, it was good.
Too young for that.
Yeah, we used to record all of our music from the special songs you had on an LP. We used to record them on the Reel to Reel so that you would have all the music that you wanted to hear.
Nice.
And just start it off and listen to it all day, and it was all your favorites.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I'm going to wind the stream down shortly, but like I said before, you name the live stream. So guys, go for it. Right. Name the live stream. The best one gets the title.
Okay.
Like there's a guy over in the UK called Boaty, and he gets everyone to name his live streams. And I thought that's quite a good idea. I like that.
So you want your live stream named?
Yeah, just call it something that we've been discussing, or it can be funny, it can be whatever you like. I don't mind.
We're going to email you this, right?
We had a crap ton of. Oh, you can put it in the comments.
Oh, okay.
We had a crap ton of old Sony Model 105s. Oh God, yeah, 105s. I'm sure that my friend Pete was working on those 105s. It was 8 tracks. It was car 8 tracks.
Okay. I'm out of here, Simone. Thanks for having me up.
Bye, Simone.
No problem.
Take care, brother. Take care, buddy.
See you, brother.
Right. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Very kind of you. Don't forget to put in the comments. That's a good one, Mystic. I like that. Put in the comments what you think the title should be, and I'll do it. Ta-ta for now. Hang on, I've got to leave first, haven't I? There we go. Bye.